This has been everything as advertised. Both these teams are playing extremely well and extremely fast.
And the great thing is, Patrick, the teams are playing like their tournament lives are on the line because they are.
They are.
Bengals will start with the basketball. Jerwan Thomas will inbound. Thomas to Kaywood. Kaywood gets it to Ziegler. Ziegler brings it across half court, up the right side. Ziegler draws the foul on Lamaro Smith.
That's a 3 on him.
I believe so. Actually, that's 4, Patrick.
I think they got it for 3.
Thomas to inbound. Thomas to Kaywood. Kaywood to Jefferson, top of the key. Jefferson goes right, goes to the line, to the lane, off the glass, in and out.
Good move. Got to keep going to the basket.
Absolutely. Kick ball. Heights ball. 7:36 left to go here in the fourth. Heights up by 5, 53-48. Keith Jackson will inbound. He's got Tyreek Smith up top. Gow has him underneath. Tyreek Smith. Block. Foul.
For a second, I thought that was on Kaywood. That would have been 4.
That would have been the big man sport. They called it on sophomore Eric Buckner. Tyreek Smith goes to the line here. At the end of 3, Keith Jackson leads Cleveland Heights with 16. Hill has 15. Smith at the line. Smith makes the first one. Smith has 11. That's now 12. For the Bengals, Kaywood leads them with 13. Devin Ziegler has 10. 55-48 Heights as Tyreek Smith hits a pair of foul shots. He now has 13. Ziegler in the lane, finds Buckner in the corner. Buckner long 3, no. Jackson with the rebound. Jackson finds Hill, who goes to Grayson Green, lays it up and in.
Fantastic passing right there, and a timeout by Benedictine.
Patrick, when Heights wants to run the floor, they can run the floor with the best of them. They are so quick. It was 2 passes to get to the length of the floor and a layup.
The best part about it for Heights is they seem to make the extra pass every time.
Yes, they do. Very well coached, very well disciplined. That's 6 for Green with that layup. And that pushes it back out to 9.
Benedictine is going to be content with shooting that 3. They got to start knocking a couple of them down.
Absolutely. Heights going to bring the pressure again. Kaywood inbounds to Barba. Barba back to Kaywood. Kaywood to Jefferson. Jefferson will bring it across mid-floor. Jefferson on the right side. Jefferson to Jerwan Thomas. Over to Barba on the left side. To Kaywood. Kaywood's going hard into the lane. Kaywood off the glass. No. Rebound Tyreek Smith. Smith to Hill. Hill up the right side. Hill to Grayson Green in the lane. Green with the left-hander in and out. Tyreek Smith.
Off the Bengals.
Heights ball. It's off of Chris Jefferson. I'll tell you, Patrick, the fact that these teams are 4 and 5 seeds tells you what a meat grinder this Euclid sectional is.
I'll tell you what, Solon's going to have their hands full.
With whoever wins this ball game.
Right.
Tyreek Smith, strong. Offensive foul. They called the big man for player control. Oh, travel. Danny says travel. My bad. Barber to Ziegler. Ziegler across.
I think Coach Dercala talked him right into that.
Oh, yeah. Ziegler misses the jump shot out of bounds, Cleveland Heights.
I think he thought on the possession right before the inbound there, he thought he traveled there too.
I believe you're right, Patrick. Jackson will inbound it for Heights. The Bengals desperately need a stop here. Hill across the line. Stolen by Jerwan Thomas to Jefferson. Jefferson going to go hard to the basket. Left hand layup and good. Chris Jefferson has 8.
7-point game here.
Hill up the left side. Hill with a little floater, good. Hill has 17, 59-50 Heights. 6:09 left, Jefferson triple, no, rebound, Kaywood to Barba in the corner, Barba lets fly with a triple, no.
Bounces 3 or 4 times.
Jackson to Hill, and Hill's
They are just
walk
not knocking
those.
Those are wide open shots, and they're not knocking any of them down.
And they call Chris Jefferson for that one, Patrick.
Coach Sakala better.
That's his fourth.
He's going to get it.
Chris Jefferson pleading his case, but I don't think they're going to change the call, Patrick.
They never do, Terry. They never do.
Yeah, Hill steps to the line for Heights. He's got 17. The senior's kind of done it all. He steps to the line, he sights, he shoots, good. 18 for Hill. 60-50 Cleveland Heights.
Showing absolutely no effects of that early.
No, he seems to be moving pretty well. Kudos to the trainer for that tape job. Hill shoots the second. Good. 61-50, Patrick. 5:49 to go, and I think the Bengals are officially in trouble. Ziegler brings it across the line. He splits the defenders, goes to the bucket, in and out. Tyreek Smith with another board. He gets it to Hill. Height's going to be patient here, I think. Hill to Green on the left side. The lefty finds Tyreek Smith at the foul line. Smith out to Lamaro Smith. Back to Hill. Hill with a long triple, no good. Rebound Kaywood. Kaywood to Ziegler.
Every time down the
Ziegler
floor,
up the
Heights is
left side.
milking more and more clock.
Barba right side triple, no.
One shot and gone every
Keith
time.
Jackson, that's right, that's the key. Jackson to Tyreek Smith. Tyreek Smith, and one.
I think they called
Actually,
it on
they
the
called
floor.
it on the floor. But that's on Kaywood, and that's number 4. The Bengals also have a couple of guys in foul trouble here,
I'll tell you
Patrick.
what, Terry, I said it early on, and I'm going to say it again. The Bengals have absolutely no answer for the strength of Smith.
They don't. And it's one of the things we pointed out in the pregame that was going to be a big factor, and it certainly has been. Smith steps to the line. He's got 13. The senior will shoot a pair. 5:07 left, 61-50 Heights. Smith sights it, shoots it. Got the shooter's roll there, Patrick.
When you're living right, Terry.
That's correct. Harv would say that has something to do with Urban Meyer, but we're not going to go there. 62-50 Heights. Smith steps to the line for his second. He eyes it. He dips. Flips. Got it. 15.
Just absolute clutch right there.
Heights has now hit 5 in a row from the line. They're now 10 for 16 from the free throw line. Kaywood inbounds to Barba. Barba to Ziegler. The Bengals are down 13 with 5 minutes to go. Ziegler goes strong. Ziegler finds Cobb in the corner. Cobb has been very quiet tonight. Ziegler out top, right side. Ziegler goes to the lane. He stops, shoots, no. Tyreek Smith with another rebound to Hill. Heights patient. Hill lost the ball. That one's going to be on Smith, I believe. Second foul on Smith.
Ran him over like he was a Illini quarterback right
Absolutely, yeah. Cobb brings the ball up the right side. Cobb's going to go down the lane, dribbles it off his foot and out of bounds. And the sophomore clearly is off of his game tonight. Yaheel Hill barks it out to Keith Jackson on the left side, to Tyreek Smith in the left corner. Smith got 2 guys on him, goes baseline.
Great pass.
Timeout Cleveland Heights before he stepped out of bounds. 4:20 left here in a quarter in a game, Patrick.
13 down.
Heights with their biggest lead of the ball game, up 13.
I'm going to tell you how, besides the obvious, Benedictine has got to start running some set offense here. It's
Heights,
1-on-5. It's just complete chaos.
Heights is on a 10-2 run here as well, Patrick.
And that's the difference between passing the ball.
Actually, correct that. They're on a 12-2 run. The Bengals had closed it to 51-48. And Heights has really taken over ever since.
But everybody that paid to see this game tonight got their money's worth, I'm telling you that.
Absolutely, capacity crowd here at Truman Fieldhouse. They've been treated to a good one, but the Bengal faithful have got to be disappointed with where things sit right now. But give Cleveland Heights credit, they have done everything they needed to do tonight to put themselves in position here with 4:20 left and a 13-point lead.
And then on top of it, they've gotten pretty much every bounce, every rebound, everything.
They have, and as you said, 50-50 balls. Heights has really owned that situation. They've out-hustled the Bengals. They've gotten second shots on almost every possession. I can't remember the last time the Bengals got a second shot on a possession, Patrick. Back into Jackson. Jackson missed it. Ziegler with the rebound. Ziegler across the timeline. Long three for Ziegler. No. Rebound Barba.
Nice
Barba to
pass.
Kaywood. Nice dish. That's going to be goaltending on Tyreek Smith. Mario Kaywood with 15. The Bengals are going to need better ball movement just like that in order to get back into this.
Down 11, a little under 4 minutes to go here.
Roberts brings the ball up for Heights down the right side. He's back up the middle. Foul on Ziegler.
He's trailing him too much, Terry. He's trailing him. He's got to beat him to a spot.
The feet are moving a little slow today. There's no question about that. You got to pick him up and put him down. You got to shuffle those feet. Javon Roberts goes to the line for 2.
On that same note, though, you gotta be amazed at how quick the guards are for Cleveland Heights.
And Roberts misses. Ziegler draws the foul. He'll go to the line here. That foul is on Roberts. His third. Ziegler will go to the line for 1-1. 3:52 left, 63-52 Cleveland Heights.
To say he needs these both is an understatement.
Ziegler dips, flips, got it. The junior has 11.
Thomas back in the game.
63-53. Ziegler sights the second one, shoots it short.
Barba's going to take a seat.
He is. Roberts going to bring it across. Roberts finds Smith. Smith back out top to Jackson. Jackson to Hill in the corner. Hill back to Green. Green to Jackson. Heights looks content to milk a little clock. Back to Green. Jaron Roberts. No. Cobb goes off his hands, out of bounds.
Again, another 50-50 ball right there.
Absolutely. Grayson Green, or Keith Jackson going to inbound here for Cleveland Heights. He finds Hill in the corner. Hill kicks it out top to Roberts. Roberts to Jackson in the corner. Long three. Oh. Grayson Green going to get called for over the back there.
Jackson finally missed one, Terry. It seemed like he hit every shot he put up.
He's been deadly. Had a huge third quarter with 4 triples. Chris Jefferson will go to the line 1-1 here. 3:22 left on the clock. 63-53 Heights. That's the 4th foul on Grayson Green. If the Bengals are going to keep getting in the line, it would behoove them to make shots. That's not the word of the day, is it, Patrick?
Behoove? No.
No, and Jefferson promptly misses the foul shot.
Very rarely can you say one thing or another is the reason you lost the
Jefferson with
game.
the steal.
But if the Bengals wind up losing this game, the 13 for 23 from the foul line is going to be the reason.
Nice pass from Jefferson to Kaywood. Kaywood has 17.
He's having a heck of a game. Just a heck of a game on both ends.
Both ends of the floor. Scoring, rebounding, defense. Hill in the corner. Hill out top for Jackson. Heights content to work talk. Grayson Green to Tyreek Smith off the low block. Good.
Fantastic passing by the Tigers.
Tyreek Smith with 17. Ziegler to, Chris Jefferson to the lane. He gets fouled.
That's on Smith again.
Number 4, Tyreek Smith is team 9.
Chris Jefferson will go to the line for a pair.
As physical as Smith plays, he's only got 3 fouls.
Jefferson shoots it.
Got it.
65-56, Tigers. Jefferson with 9. Jefferson with 10. 65-58, Heights. 2:34 left. Roberts breaks the pressure, gets it to Hill. Hill to Grayson Green. Green to Tyreek Smith in a low block. Smith off the glass. No, Smith with the rebound, foul.
If it keeps working, you might as well keep going back to it. They keep running that exact baseline play.
And they're finding it every time. They're finding the Bengals napping. And it's either buckets or fouls, Patrick. Buckets or fouls. Smith is 5 of 7 from the line tonight. He's got 17. The senior's going to shoot a pair. Smith eyes it, shoots it, in and out. Andy Barber checks in for the Bengals. Lamaro Smith in for the Tigers. Stewart eye time here for the Bengals. Smith will shoot his second here. Steps to the line. Dribbles twice, spins it, shoots it. Got a shooter's roll, 18 for Tyreek Smith. Timeout. You know, Patrick, the other thing we've seen here in the second half, the Bengals have not made a run.
No.
Heights has made a couple of small runs to stretch it. The Bengals have not had that big run. They've not had that series of stops. And as you've said numerous times, very few second chance opportunities for the Bengals tonight. Kudos to the Tigers.
They made that little tiny run right at the start of the third quarter. They got it to, I think, 4.
Got it to 3 at 51-48.
And then all of a sudden, the Tigers just kicked it into another gear.
They did, yeah, that 12-2 run seems to be a bit more than the Bengals can overcome at this point. They're on a little 7-3 run here, but that's not going to get it done.
It's doable, but they need a bunch, and I mean a bunch of stops.
Yes.
And they got to do it quickly, too.
That would be correct, Patrick.
2:22 left. Heights 66, Benedictine 57. And as we haven't said the entire time, you are watching this on www.TalkBackFans.com.
Kaywood will inbound it for the Bengals. Possession arrow favors Cleveland Heights, both teams in the bonus. Kaywood gets it to Jefferson. The senior will bring it up the right side. Jefferson to Ziegler. Ziegler down the left side to Barber in the corner. Barber to Kaywood. Kaywood up, no. Kaywood fouled. That's going to be on Tyreek Smith. That will be his 4th.
Number 4, Tyreek Smith, his 4th personal.
Kaywood has 17. These foul shots are huge. Kaywood sights it, shoots it, got it.
For the Bengals, number 2, Sean Cobb.
Kaywood with 18. I'm pretty certain that's a career high for him, Patrick.
Well, he saved it for a good game.
Shoots.
Nope.
Missed it. Heights by 8. 2:09
And I got a stinking suspicion that Heights is going to milk as much clock as
Absolutely.
possible.
Smith with the ball. Smith finds Jackson.
Oh, is that not? Wow.
Wow, steal by the Bengals. Cobb, foul. Jackson. How there's not a kick ball there,
How
Patrick.
is that not a kick ball, Terry?
No idea how that's not a kickball, Patrick. Doesn't matter if it's inadvertent or not. If it's kicked, it's gotta be called.
Okay, so they didn't call it, right?
Correct.
How about the travel down here?
There was a Euro step in there, no question. And again, in high school, that's a travel.
That was a Bitcoin step. That wasn't even a Euro step.
Cobb hits the first. Cobb has his first points of the night. Bring the Bengals to within 7. Cobb needs to hit this, and the Bengals need to stop it.
I know the Heights faithful was not happy with that sequence
and they
at all.
have every reason to not be happy. Cobb missed it. Hill on the left side for Heights. Brings it back out top to Roberts. Roberts on the left side. Roberts to Keith Jackson. Jackson to Grayson Green in the middle. Back out to Roberts. Left side top. Heights doing a good job of working clock.
1:34
Grayson
left.
Green back to Jackson. Jackson to Green in the middle to Heil. Bengals got to make a move here.
They got to foul. They have
Hill
to
back
foul
to
here.
Jackson to Green. Green kicks it back out to Roberts. 1:22 left. I'm not sure why the Bengals are not fouling. To Roberts. Roberts to Hill. Hill to Tyreek Smith. Missed the bunny.
And got fouled.
And that's going to be all for Mario Kaywood. The senior goes out with a huge night. 18 points, a bunch of rebounds. Not going to be happy about falling out here, but Mario gave him everything he could tonight. But it might not be enough. Brian Washington, I believe, is going to check in.
Unfortunately, Terry, that was about a 25-second too late.
Yes, much too late on the fouls. Tyreek Smith, the Ohio State recruit, to the line for a pair. Smith is the he's second leading scorer for Heights with 18, behind Heil Hill's 19.
But you got to give it to Heights. Fantastic passing. Fantastic.
Absolutely,
passing.
they've moved the ball. They've been very patient. Never have you seen any sense of panic from the Heights Tigers tonight. And Smith misses the first. 1:10 to go, 66-59. Tigers lead by 7. Tyreek Smith going to shoot his second here. He sights it, shoots it, got it. 19 for Tyreek Smith, 67-59. Bengals, Jefferson brings it across. Jefferson into the lane, kicks it to Washington. Washington for 3, no. That one's on Jefferson. No, Jefferson drew the foul on Grayson Green. I think that's going to send Green out.
That's his 5th. Green has been active all game.
He is. He's done the little things. The lefties played good defense, grabbed some boards, made some nice passes.
He gave them a lot of energy, which they needed.
Absolutely. Chris Jefferson steps to the line. The senior has 10. Make that 11. 67-60 Heights.
58.7 left.
The Bengals are running out of time here, Patrick. Jefferson, the senior, steps to the line, sights it, shoots it, got it. 67-61. Jefferson with a dozen. Jefferson with a steal. To Cobb, to Ziegler. Ziegler goes up, off the glass. No, tipped by Jerwan Thomas.
Time out, Benny.
Jerwan Thomas with the big follow.
Do not go anywhere. It's 67-63. Ziegler got away with another foul, though, right there.
That's what it looked like, Patrick. Definitely what it looked like. The Bengals on a 6-1 run here to get it to 4 with 50 seconds left.
You're, of course, watching this.
Danny tells me the Bengals are 17 of 29 for the line.
And I was just going to say, I don't know how this game's going to wind up here with the last 50 seconds, but it's going to be a tale. If Whites wins this game, it's going to be a tale of 3-pointers made, and for Benny, foul shots missed. It's that simple.
Yes. 17 for 29 is not normally the prescription.
No.
To win a sectional title. Let's see if the Bengals' pressure here can cause Heights a little more problem. The Bengals could really use another turnover. Again, 50 seconds left. Cleveland Heights 67, Benedictine 63. Heights going from right to left on your radio dial. Keith Jackson will inbound the ball underneath the American flag at the right end of Truman Fieldhouse. The Bengals going to bring it full court. Jackson into Smith, almost stolen. Ziegler fouls Jackson.
That's a good foul right there.
Only took 2 seconds off the clock.
Ziegler's got 4.
Keith Jackson, the senior, with 16. He has not been to the line at all tonight.
The only line that really matters for him is the three-point line.
Pretty much, he's 4 or 5 from there in the second half, Patrick. Jackson sights it. The Bengals faithful start to get loud. Jackson shoots it, no good.
I will tell you right now, on a miss here, whoever grabs this rebound is going to determine this game.
Absolutely. Barba checks back in, look for the Bengals to find him for a 3 on this next possession. Jackson sights it, shoots it, missed it, it's short. Jerwan Thomas with the rebound, saved it to Washington. There's a scramble.
Who's that on?
Heights ball.
Another 50-50 ball, Terry C.
Absolutely, and Heights has the possession arrow as well, Patrick.
Everything going right for the Tigers right now.
Keith Jackson the inbound once again. He's got Smith, Hill, Roberts, and Smith on the floor right now. For the Bengals, it's Barba, Washington, Jefferson. Oh, into Hill with the layup.
Exactly what you think your superstar would do right there.
Absolutely. Ziegler going in, strong,
Got
good.
it.
Gavin Ziegler has 13 for the Bengals. Yeah, Hill to Jackson, Barba foul Jackson.
4-point game, Terry.
25.2 left, Patrick.
The Heights fans can sense it.
The Heights faithful, they're rocking it right now. Keith Jackson back to the line here. Jackson missed a pair last time down. The senior sights it, shoots it. No good. That's 3 straight. Jackson will have one more.
One of these teams is going on, one of these teams is going home. And the team that's going on, I know what practice is going to look like.
Absolutely, and Jackson finally makes a foul shot. 70-65 Heights.
23 seconds left.
Jefferson down the lane, off the bench.
Up and good!
And I believe that's the 5th on Tyreek Smith.
Are they going to call it and 1? No basket! No basket! Wow!
Well, we finally found a call that the Heights faithful like, Pat.
I got to tell you something, Terry. These 3 referees have been confused pretty much all night.
Now they're counting it.
Now they're counting it! That's the right call. That is the absolute right call.
So Jefferson will go to the line for one
After
more.
every whistle.
The senior has 14.
Danny's just shaking his head because he absolutely can't stand referees.
No, how many points? 13. Jefferson has 14. K1 had 18 before he fouled out.
Are they taking it or are they taking it off?
Now they're saying no basket.
No basket again.
Wow. Check that. Jefferson has 12. He'll go to the line for a pair.
Not the OHSA's
Finest moment? No.
No. In a game like this, you got to bring your A game.
Be definitive.
Right. Just call it and let it go.
70-65 Heights. 19-6 left. Jefferson.
He needs
to
them
shoot a
both.
pair. Needs them both. Shoots.
Got
it.
the first one.
Got the shooter's roll. Anthony Maxey and Jashawn Cobb check back in for the Bengals. For the Tigers on the floor, all they're missing is a 5 for the straight flush, Patrick. Jefferson misses the second. Brian Washington and Tyreek Smith fights for the ball. It looks like Washington's going to get called for the foul.
You're not going to win. You're not going to win a tug of war with that guy.
No.
And he's going to go to the line to ice it.
18-4 left. Heights up by 4.
He gets one of these and it's over.
Smith 6 of 8 from the line in the second half. He's tied for the game high with 19 with Heil. Actually, Hill has 21 with that little backdoor basket he scored off the inbounds pass. Heights Tigers have stepped away from the lane. Tyreek Smith sights it, shoots it, got it. 20 for the senior.
That's going to be tough right now for the Bengals.
Especially if Hill hits this one, or Smith hits this one. Smith dips, flips, got them both.
Just an absolute clutch performance out of the Ohio State football recruit right there.
Absolutely. Jefferson comes down, shoots the triple. Short.
Rebound Smith.
Smith, and I think this ball game's over. Hill gonna try to dribble it out. Jerwan Thomas fouls him. You can book this one to the Heights Tigers. Outstanding effort by Cleveland Heights to come into a sold-out Truman Fieldhouse and take this ball game. Kudos to the Tigers. We didn't have the Lions, but we had the Tigers and the Bengals tonight.
That's
oh
right.
My, Patrick.
Oh my. Oh my.
Hill sights it, shoots it, got it.
73-66.
6.1 to go. Hill shoots it, missed it.
4 seconds left.
7. Ziegler shoots the triple. No good.
That'll do it.
Ball game. The Cleveland Heights Tigers move to 16-8 with a 77-63 well-earned victory over the Benedictine Bengals. The Bengals, the season ends at 18-6. A good year, not the way they wanted to go out.
We'll be back in a few minutes to wrap it up. I'm Pat Langdon.
Terry Heil.
And this is TalkBackFans.com. Hey, it's Pat.
And Danny.
And Terry.
And it's a final.
Yep, 73-66. Give credit where it's due. Cleveland Heights came out. I thought they played a very patient game. Even with the pressure, they handled it very well. Benedictine, they're going to rue those missed free throws. Actually, both teams really. That's partly why it became a game, is because Cleveland Heights missed a boatload as well.
I think the difference in the game was absolutely Heights made threes and Benedictine's missed foul shots.
Definitely. I think it was Keith Jackson coming out there right at the start of the second half, nailing a couple of 4 threes right there.
4 threes.
Came out, all of a sudden took what was a rather competitive game and spread it out and just opened it up.
Benny had their chance. They were down 3.
51-48.
And then all of a sudden, Heights kicked it, like I said, into a completely different gear.
Yeah, and tip your hat to them. They played it was a very competitive game, very physical game, but also a very clean game too. I think pretty much most of the hostility was honestly within the crowd. It wasn't really within the court.
And absolutely, both crowds were energized. It was a fantastic game to be a part of.
It was great.
Our first go around on play-by-play.
Yep.
So Terry and I are almost out of our voices, which I'm sure some of you guys out in Nonsense
Nation
Nation.
saying, thank God.
Right.
And you know what, Pat? I mean, you pointed this out during the broadcast. Benny goes on a run early, goes up 12-6. Heights calls a timeout. They start to put the pressure on, and they didn't wilt. The Bengals, I don't know that the Bengals wilted, but they seemed to just be too tentative. There wasn't a sense of urgency to break the pressure that there needed to be, and they seemed to be too anxious once they got the ball across half court.
And I think the other thing I noticed, particularly in the second half, second chance opportunities were not there for the Bengals.
Pretty much the whole game.
You can count on one hand, especially in the second half, the number of second chance opportunities they had. And Heights didn't need too many second chance opportunities the way they shot the ball in the second half.
Not only did they shoot it well, they passed the ball extremely well.
Yes.
Again, very patient. They had a great game plan coming in.
Yep.
They switched up what they were doing defensively. They stayed very patient offensively. It was, in some respects, it was almost like watching the Hickory Huskers out there. 4 passes before you shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Came in with their game plan, stuck to it, got big contributions from a lot of guys. Again, you got 3 guys in Jackson and Smith and Hill who go 17, 21, and 22. But they got huge contributions on the defensive end and on the rebounding.
Absolutely.
On both ends of the floor from a lot of other guys. It was and that was the difference.
It was a well-played game, but honestly, yeah, free throws really hurt. Second chance points really hurt. And like Pat, you mentioned, I don't think they hit a three-pointer the whole game. I think the only one is a 2.
Yeah, one is a 2.
Right. Yeah,
that was the only one that was
You're
really
correct. The Bengals did not have a single three-pointer. And the other key that we talked about before the game was what were they going to do with the quartet, also not the word of the day, of guards that the Bengals had. Cobb never did much. Buckner never did much off the bench. Jefferson and Ziegler never really got on track. They both had 13, both well under their season average. Mario Kaywood was huge, but at times it seemed like Mario was trying to do it all himself because he just didn't get enough offense from the rest of his teammates. And you know what? I tip my hat to Mario. I tip my hat to Chris Jefferson and Jerwan Thomas. Tough way to end your senior year. Those guys have bright futures ahead of them. I know that Chris Jefferson's going to go to Findlay to play football. I believe that Mario Kaywood is headed to Hiram to play basketball. I'm not positive on that. Jerwan Thomas has got a place in the Division III game, and with all the Division III basketball I've seen in the last couple months, that kid's going to play somewhere. But again, tough way to go out. But hey, Heights came in and they earned it.
Yes, they did.
This is a tough place to play. It's an even tougher place to win in the regular season, let alone in the playoffs.
And I'll tell you what,
and they got it done.
Great atmosphere tonight too. That's the other thing I want to.
Oh, and guess what, Cleveland Heights? For your efforts, you get the #1 ranked team in the state.
Solon did beat South.
I'm fairly certain they did.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that. I should say more than likely are going to get the #1 team in the state.
I'll verify that here right now. Pat.
So your work is obviously not done.
No, it never is.
I want to thank everybody here at Benedictine High School.
Yes, guys.
They rolled out the red carpet for us, or maybe they rolled it out for Terry, and Danny and I just happened to be here. We hope this comes across the way we want it to.
And Solon advances with a 62-48 victory over Willoughby South. So Wednesday evening at Euclid High School, it'll be the #1 seed Solon Comets against the #5 seed Cleveland Heights Tigers.
And that promises to be a very good game, another very good atmosphere.
And I know it'll surprise you, Danny. I'll probably be there.
I'm less than shocked.
Yes.
So this has been Pat Langdon,
Terry Heil,
and Danny Boyce
from www.talkbackfans.com, and we'll see you the very next time we see you.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Good night, y'all.
See ya.